Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we're going to be talking about the NBA slate. I say slate, but it's just one game for May 16th on Thursday. We've got the Nuggets and the Wolves. I believe the Nuggets are up 3-2, right? So this is an elimination game for the Wolves.
Yep.
The board isn't too exciting. It's just a single game, so we only have two plays for you. And we like to take at least one play from each team, so you guys can actually just play these two plays if you want. I do have an honorable mention. I don't know if Jordy's got one, but I've got one I was looking at on the Nuggets too. But yeah, we've got two plays for you. Before we get started, though, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog yet, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen for Prize Picks, and for Underdog, just use code BACKDOOR, and they're going to give you a deposit match for each of those. For Prize Picks, it's up to $100, and for Underdog, it's up to $250. And then Underdog's also going to give you a discounted play instant pick'em special just for signing up. So yeah, just use the code at the bottom of the screen for Prize Picks, or for Underdog, use code BACKDOOR. There's a link in the description for both of those. These are the plays we're going to be covering. I forgot to throw yours in here. I'm going to be going with Karl Anthony Towns on both Prize Picks and Underdog. I'm taking his rebounds over just alone. I know that it's a popular play to take his rebounds and assists, but I'm going to be fading that, and I'll explain why when I break down my play. But yeah, I'm getting this at 7 on both Prize Picks and Underdogs. I'm going to be taking the over here. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking KCP for over 7.5 points. That's just my favorite line of his, so that's the one I'm going with for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, let's talk about our recap here. It was close, man. For a minute there, I really thought we were going to get it done. Gafford just let me down a little bit. If you took his rebounds, he cashed those, but the fantasy score on Prize Picks he didn't hit. He only went for 20.9. We took him for more than 24.5. I was hoping that he would just be a little bit more active. He only got one dunk. I was a little bit hesitant of his, I talked about in the video, I was a little bit hesitant of his dunk prop on there at 2, because 1.5 maybe, but he didn't even do that. He only got one dunk, but he went for 9.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 blocked shot. That blocked shot early in the game got me excited, thinking that he was going to cash, but no, he only went for 20.9. Chet Holmgren, we loved this, taking the under on his rebounds and assists at 11. And I was saying I didn't like it at 10.5, but he would have cashed all of those, every single platform that had that line, because he only went for 5. Unfortunately, he only got 1 turnover. I swear I saw him get another turnover late in the game, but I guess he didn't. So he didn't cash his turnovers. He only had 1 turnover. So yeah, if we could have just swapped these, Gafford he hit his 6.5 rebounds on Underdog. Chet didn't hit, and I got a little weather notification. Got some heavy rain on the way, so we better hurry.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyways, you want to talk about your plays?
Yeah, so I took Max Strus for over the 3.5 assists. Like I said, I love this line with no Donovan Mitchell. That was just, a pretty easy play in my eyes. He had a demon on Prize Picks at, I believe, 5.5 that I took as well that hit. PJ Washington, man, the 0.5s continue for me. This was just another rough one. He pushed it on Underdog, so like I was saying, that was kind of nice to get that 0.5 discount on Underdog, and it ended up paying off. So he went for 24. We took him for over 24.5. So man, just right there. But he was in till like the very last second too, and then they just they were playing Hack a Lively again at the end. So that was pretty rough.
He got those 2 fouls at the beginning of the game, and then didn't play that much in the first quarter, but came out and got hot, almost cashed that still.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but we keep going. That was a close one, man. I was just like, I wanted that sweep so bad. We were just right there.
So close.
All right, so let's talk about these plays. Before we break down these plays, I want to tell you guys about Daily Grind. They make all sorts of awesome DFS tools. We love the DFS Optimizer. You see us use it every single video. We use it to search out plays and to vet plays and to confirm plays. Everything we do, we are running our plays through that DFS Optimizer to see whether we like it or not. If you guys want to check that out, you'll get 25% off when you use code BACKDOOR. Go to dgfantasy.com, put that code in. They'll hook you up with 25% off of any of those tools. You can apply it to any of them. They'll give it to you off of your first month. And also, if you guys haven't yet, check out the video. We're giving away 6 months free into our Discord, our premium Discord. Get a 6-month membership. We're going to do a raffle, and there's a video. It's like a little 1-minute video. We'll have it attached at the end of this video. If you guys want to go check that out, you can see all about how to become eligible for the giveaway. We'll be doing the giveaway next week. It has to do with our collaboration with another channel that we're doing here pretty soon. But yeah, definitely go check that out. All right. So let's talk about Karl Anthony Towns here. All right. So we have a 203 over under. The Timberwolves favored by 2. We'll see how this goes. This is going to be a fun one. Obviously, when the Wolves went up 2-0, I was talking about I don't want to say it's over, but the Nuggets better change some things up because it's not looking good. And boy, have they. They've gone on a heater. They're looking like a favorite to win it all, in my opinion. They look so together. They look like the defending champions. Jokic looks like the MVP. It's just they're just firing all cylinders. And Michael Porter Jr. isn't even playing that good right now. So if he gets hot, they're going to just be, one-way ticket to the championship. So it'll be exciting to see if they close this out. I mean, that's a tough ask for the Wolves when you're in a funk and you're at home, but you got to beat the defending champs or it's over, So it'll be exciting to see how this game plays out. All right, so let's break down this play. We'll hop over here to Outlier. So his line, Prize Picks and Underdog has this bump to half point higher. I wish we were getting it at 6.5. We're not. We're getting it at 7. But we can see he's gone over this quite a bit. He's gotten 7 or more in 8 out of his last 11 games. And if we fine-tune this down to home games in the head-to-head matchup, he's gone for 7 or more in 4 out of his last 5. His last game in Minnesota, he went for 12 rebounds. And if we look here a little bit closer, he had 19 potential rebounds in that last game. So I think he's going to have to be aggressive. He's averaging 3 fouls a game, so he's not really getting in foul trouble for a big man. He definitely cleaned things up a little bit. He was always in foul trouble, at the start of the postseason. He's definitely cleaned that up, averaging 35.8 minutes per game over the last 5 games. And I think this one's pretty simple. The matchup is solid. 23rd in rebounds allowed to power forwards. We know he plays the 4 more than he plays the 5. He pretty much never plays the 5. So I'm feeling good, even though Outlier does have him listed as a center. We know that he plays alongside Rudy Gobert most of the time. But yeah, 23rd in rebounds allowed to power forwards. If he does happen to go over to the center position, I know they run a little bit smaller sometimes. They'll take Rudy out of there, but usually Naz Reid is in there as well. But yeah, if Cat is at the center position, they're 7th in rebounds allowed. So still not too scary. Definitely a good matchup there when he's playing the 4. So feeling comfortable with this play. If you guys do want to check out this app Outlier, there's a link in the description of the video. Go through that link and Outlier is going to give you a 7-day free trial to check this out. And then let's take a look at the DFS optimizer real quick. Now they don't like this at 7, and I get why. It's because everyone else for the most part has this at 6.5. So the optimizer is recognizing that and saying, hey, you guys are paying too much for this on here. So they like it under, but you can see it's only 50.32% odds to hit the under at a -117. So they're not confident in it. It's really just the algorithm is doing what it's supposed to do and it's recognizing a discrepancy there. I'm not really worried about that. I think there's a higher chance of push because we would need for him to hit 7 in order to cross that 6.5 line, but I'm still very comfortable with taking the over here. I think there's just a little bit higher chance of a push. You can see all these other, they have his PRA juice to go over. They have his rebounds and assists, and I was going to talk to you guys about that. Here's why I don't like the rebounds and assists together. If you take a look at his assists, so it's his assists. Actually, let's go to the full rebounds and assists because we're getting it at 10.5. You can take this if you want, but if he's going to hit this, in my opinion, he's going to hit his rebounds because that's a 3.5 point bump. So he would need to hit 11 to cash that because you can't land perfectly on 10.5. So that 3.5 point bump on assists, he's only gone for 4 assists one time. Twice. He's gone for more than 3 assists twice out of his last 11 games. So you would need to hit 4. You guys can do the math. You get where I'm going here. I don't think the value is worth it. I'd rather just take the rebounds alone because he doesn't really assist the ball that much. Keep in mind at 6.5, this is an EV plus play on Outlier. So we're getting it at 7, but they love it at 6.5. So like I said, higher chance of push. Go with your gut. If you don't like it, it's totally cool. Just fade it. But we're getting that line on both Prize Picks and Underdog. So I'm feeling good about it considering what the board looks like. We're getting the video out a little bit earlier tonight, so we're not able to take advantage of dunks and fantasy score and everything else that's going to be coming tomorrow. You guys will be able to take advantage of that. But yeah, for now, I'm going to be taking the rebounds over 7. All right, Jordy, passing it over to you, bro.
Cool, man. Yeah. So I'm taking this KCP play. Honestly, this is a play I would feel totally comfortable going and bumping up on chalkboard to like 8.5 or 9.5. I know it's just been so much fun going over there and, just nuking those lines up as high as you can on players you feel good about. Like, I know Russo, yours that you did tonight was PJ Washington. It's like on a normal night, that would have been a great play, and he might have still hit it. I don't know. But it's like you can
missed it.
Yeah, so you can.
I was so stoked for that too.
I know. I think you bumped up to like 19.5, which is like probably the highest it could have gone. But it's like that's the type of value you can get. You can get like a 3 to 4x on plays like that. Like players who you just think they're gonna have a great game. You could bump that line up crazy, and it's a lot of fun. So we've definitely been enjoying Chalkboard. If you guys want to check them out, there's a link in the description below. And if you use code backdoor at checkout, they'll match your first deposit up to $100 as well. So go check them out for sure. So KCP, I was trying to take this play today, not realizing this game was tomorrow technically, but you guys will be seeing it for the today slate. But yeah, so KCP at 7.5 points. I love this play. It is juiced to go over on daily grind at 52.17% chance, pretty much a minus 125 across the board. Some people have it up at a minus 140 though. So yeah, if we look at his last 20 games here, he's done this 10 out of 20 times. He's kind of been in a little bit of a shooting slump. He's only done it 4 out of his last 10 and 2 out of his last 5, but he just had a big game where he looked pretty confident again. He went for 16 points. That's why I was saying I could, feel comfortable going and bumping this lineup over on Chalkboard because he just went crazy. KCP is like a 3-and-D guy. He's a really good defender, and he's also a great 3-point shooter. That's like, a big part of his game, but he can score. Like, he was shooting a lot in the post, and he was doing a lot of layups and stuff like that. So the guy is capable, and he gets a lot of like steal and breakaway stuff. So he's very capable of scoring the ball, like no problem. That's kind of what he was brought in to do for them and the Lakers, is just be like the 3-and-D guy. He's gone over this line 11 out of 17 games against Minnesota. So even though they're a great defensive team, he's still getting this done. And he's averaging 32 minutes against them. Even over the playoff span here, he's went for 37.9 minutes in the last game. So that's plenty of time for him to get this done. Obviously, it's a tough point matchup, right? It's the best defense in the league technically. They're just really solid, and they're a very massive team. If you look at Minnesota, like when they're running Nas, Reed, Cat, and Rudy at the same time, it is crazy how long that team is. So, it's just like a tough matchup for him, but he's been hitting this against them. So, it's one, matchup I'm willing to try to take advantage of, even though he's only hit this in 2 out of the last 5 games against them. I still feel comfortable taking this line at 7.5. So that's my play. There's not really too much else to say. I'm getting the same line over on Underdog, so definitely go take advantage of that on Underdog as well. Yeah, hopefully we can get some freaking cash today. Today. I mean, it's been rough, man. These plays have been really, really weird. Like, I know 2 plays today that people were taking that I took over because I just had a bad feeling, was the under on Tatum's threes and on what's his name, the center, Al Horford. I just had a feeling he would go over that PRA, so I took the overs on that. But PJ Washington was the one that busted that 4-man slip I built. So close to some cash tonight, but not there.
Yeah, man. That chalkboard play that I had was PJ Washington. I actually took his points and rebounds because they were default at 22.5, and they would let you crank it all the way up to 29.5. He's gone 3 straight games for 33 or more. He went 40, 33, 33. So I was like, okay, I'll roll the dice on this because it was a 4.95x on the one play.
Wow. Yeah.
So I just I put that in quite a few little slips on there on chalkboard. It's a lot of fun, but you can do that kind of stuff on chalkboard. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about people who like to play like 2-mans. Like, go over there and just make some monster plays for like 2 picks. Yeah, and you can get up to like a 6 or a 7x on those. It's really cool.
Yeah. I actually made a 12, almost a 13x 2-man today.
Oh wow.
On chalkboard. It was wild. But Speaking of other platforms, they actually, Sleeper has Karl Anthony Towns rebounds at 6.5. If you guys want to go grab that, we have partnered up with Sleeper. So if you use code BACKDOORFS, just make sure you add that FS on the end there, and they will give you a deposit match up to $500. So they're really hooking it up with deposit match over there at Sleeper. They've got some killer lines over there as well. So you can get that at 6.5, which is what we really wanted at, but we'll take it at 7. PrizePicks has fixed odds, which is why they're a little bit stingier with the lines they're giving you, because you can get this on Sleeper, but it's a 1.61x. So like PrizePicks is just the same odds all the time. That's part of the reason that they're so stingy with their lines. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out on Sleeper, there's a link in the description of the video. Just go through that. It should auto-populate the code. It's pretty simple. Just make sure you add the FS on the end of backdoor, and you'll get hooked up with that $500 deposit match. And then my last thing I was going to talk about is this quick honorable mention. I do like Christian Braun at 6.5 points. He's gone over this in back-to-back games. He's gone over this 3 out of his last 5 games. So just a quick look there. His last game, he went for 10 points. Game before that, 11. There's not really anything too exciting on PrizePicks other than his points alone. But if you're on Underdog and some of these other platforms, you might want to take a look at his PRA. If you've got the DFS optimizer, just type in Christian Braun on there and see what platforms are giving you a little bit more, because I would love to get like his PRA, because he's been so active. You're not going to find his fantasy score anywhere. I doubt you will, but anyways, that's just a little quick honorable mention. If you guys do want to check out our Discord, we've been having a blast in here. We have a really killer community. We've been getting into like CS2. We're even doing WNBA and Major League Baseball, like a lot of esports. We have a really great time just as a community. Really good vibes in here. So if you go through the Patreon, there's a link in the description of the video for Patreon. Go through that, and then you just got to go into your Patreon settings and make sure that it's connected to Discord, and it'll just give you full access to all of our channels. You can hop in community chat, let us know you're new. We'll kind of show you how we do things, and then go follow us on our socials too. Go follow Moose. He's on X. He's dropping a play of the day pretty much every day now on X, and he's sharing 2-man plays. So go follow him over there. But we hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy this single game slate. It's going to be entertaining to watch how this pans out. We just saw Boston secure it, so they're on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll see if Denver does the same thing tomorrow night. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great night, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.